Stampin' Chick here, and as you can see, I am absolutely not in my Stampin' studio. I am still in another state with my daughter and our brand new baby. Isn't she beautiful? My camera is a whole different process this evening, as you can tell. So the lighting is a little bit different, and all the things are a little bit different. So I'm going to ask you guys to kind of bear with me a bit. And if you hear any little baby noises, then just know that that is why. And yeah, so we're going to do what we can do here, and we're going to make it work, and hopefully it works out well. So anyways, the reason why I'm on here live is because of the 12 days of Christmas advent calendar. You guys have probably already been seeing a lot of this kit all over the internet, and I have had mine in hand for several weeks and have been contemplating exactly how I wanted to manage doing the unboxing with you all, and what I wanted to do with the surprises inside and all of that stuff. And I've really struggled with it. So as you can see, little boo-boos, very, very unhappy when she gets put down for a moment, but she'll be okay. All right, so anyhow, I do have my kit, and as you can see, and I have not opened any of it yet, and I have really been chomping at the bit to figure this thing out. I've not looked at any videos. I've not watched or listened to anything because I didn't want to be swayed by other demonstrators' presentations or anything like that. And so anyway, this is all my first reaction, first response to all of the things in the boxes. So if you have already purchased this kit and you've already opened the goodies in it, leave a comment that you've done that, but don't tell us what they are, okay? Because I'm going to come on for the next 11 days in addition to this one, and we'll open a box together, and we'll hopefully try to make a fun project with whatever is in the compartments, okay? Susie Fix says, "Darling baby." Thank you so much. Yes, she is absolutely beautiful. And I'm totally biased because it is my grandbaby, my very first grandbaby. So, of course, I'm absolutely smitten with her. And in fact, all of the familials are too. Of course, Mama and Daddy are totally in love, and Uncle Felix in love as well, thinking they're the best of friends, and they probably are. So anyway, what I wanted to show you guys before I open day one is first of all, you see the flyer here, and the flyer has a smaller graphic, so it's in the photo screen here, and you can see it a little bit better. But the advent calendar is super fun. You can still purchase it in time for a Christmas gift. If you would like to. It would make a beautiful, fun Christmas gift for anybody that is crafter on your Christmas list. It also includes a stamp set. This comes in addition to everything that's tucked away in the little boxes, which is wonderful. Hey, Dawn, how's it going? Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Yep. All right. So anyway, you get the 12 Days of Christmas Advent box, which is a really pretty box. It is cardboard, and of course, once you open the the compartments. It's not really reusable again, though we're going to do our best to see if we might be able to salvage it because it is really pretty. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar stamp set is absolutely beautiful as well, all by itself. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and you've got two little sets here, two little sections for it. And I've already made a couple of cards with it. So let me show you this one right here first. I actually did with a little bit of watercolor technique. So it's got a nice subtle little pink background here. And I believe I used Misty Moonlight and Smoky Slate for my colors, I'm pretty sure. And this is the little flower right here, and then the little center cluster piece there, and then birthday wishes. So you can see just the stamp set itself makes some really pretty projects. And of course I did the same on the envelope because no naked insides and no naked envelopes. And then this one I absolutely love. I took the Stylish Shapes die cut here and layered it on and added a little bit of glitter, a little wink of Stella. You can see that shimmer there. A little wink of Stella. I had stamped one of the butterflies and fussy cut it so that I could pop it up on the card. And then the love you sentiment right here. Absolutely brilliant. I love the stamps. The sentiments are gorgeous. You guys know how much I love having the mixed fonts in each of the sentiments. So that is fantastic. And there are so many cool things that you're able to do with this stamp set, right? Okay, let's go ahead and open day one. And we'll see if we can't get it to open kind of easily. Each day has a perforated little panel here. So I'm going to kind of just run my fingernail along the panel and see if I can't manage to open without tearing it per se. Like I said, maybe we'll be able to salvage the box. If we can't, it's really not that big of a deal, but you know, here's hoping, okay? So what do you guys think it is? Do you know what's inside of here? Or do you have any idea at all? Like I mentioned earlier, I have not looked at any of the things. I've managed to avoid watching any of the videos or seeing any other demonstrators' things because I really want to be able to give my own natural reaction. All right, here we go, guys. Oh, okay. Look at that. All right. Okay, I'm going to close that door and move the box out of the way. And let me set this off to the side too, so I've got this table space here. Let's take a look at what we got. All right, we have a really cute little set of dies, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks like they coordinate with the stamp set that we got with the kit. So let's see here. All right, so that's quite a bit bigger, so that doesn't actually go. I'm not sure that one does either. So they coordinate but not match. All right, so there's the butterfly, and you can see that's quite a bit of difference there. And the two flower pieces are a little bigger than these. Okay, and then we've got some little greenery sprigs, another little flower, and the rainbow here, which is really cute. All right, so now that we have opened day one, I told you that I would like to make a project with whatever is in that particular day's slot. And then, of course, we can also build onto it by using some of the supplies we have from previous days. So for today, day one, I can use one of the stamps or any of the stamps from the 12 days stamp set, and then I can also use the dies, right? Okay, so let's see what we can come up with for today's project. Okay, I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to focus on that little rainbow. And how about this birthday wishes right here? Let's make a birthday card, okay? Now, as you can imagine, me not being home and in my studio, I have a very limited amount of supplies with me. So all of the projects that are made from the kit are going to share a common theme, okay? I've brought just a couple of packs of paper and the ink pads to coordinate with them. One thing that I did kind of do is I based it all on this stamp set. So, and my little baby girl. So the colors that I have with me are a couple of shades of pinks. I have a light pale yellow, and I have white, of course, and I have a couple of shades of like a Coastal Cabana Lost Lagoon. Okay. So what I'm going to do with those colors is I'm going to let you guys decide between Lost Lagoon and Coastal Cabana which color of ink we should use for the birthday wishes stamp. And while you guys are deciding that, I'm going to grab a few scraps of colored paper for this. And I think I'll grab us a white card base, okay? So let's see here. There. And actually, I'm going to trade the idea for how about a Coastal Cabana card base, because I already have one cut, and that is incredibly handy. So we can use a Coastal Cabana card base, and then I'll grab some scraps of cardstock to cut this little die cut piece out. Looks like that'll work. And how about a yellow? Let's go with Lemon Lolly. And how about how about a Smoky Slate? Oh no, poor pumpkin. Okay, here we go. That'll work. That's a funky looking scrap, but I believe, yep, it'll work just fine. All right. Now, I'll tell you, one of the ideas here behind having just a small little collection of products is so that you can see you don't have to have a whole lot of stuff to be able to create something cute. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to grab my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, poor baby. She's not having it. And my plates here. Oops. There we go. Yeah, you're getting a little too serious. All right. Now, let's see what this actually cuts out, because, you know, sometimes with the dies, you don't really know what all cuts and what doesn't. So it's really neat to be able to see what it's actually going to do for us. So I'm just going to bring it around here. Okay. And as you can see, this is already going to be a very soft and pastel type of card. Okay. So we have this piece here, which is really pretty. We've got that beautiful little outline. And then we have each of the little layers of the rainbow that punch out as well. So what I think I'm going to want to do is I'm going to grab my little take your pick tool here. And I'm going to save all of those little rings. Now this is going to be maybe the tiniest bit tedious up front, but it'll be just fine. And I think it's really going to give us a nice look. So let me grab these. And I'm just going to put them up here. Yep, beside my rainbow. Okay, there's that. Now then, let's do this one. Aren't little new baby sounds the sweetest sounds ever? Mama is doing very, very well. Thank you so much for asking. She is doing an amazing job. And she had to have a C-section, but she is getting around so much better than I did with any of my 3 C-sections. So she's really impressive, actually. All right, let's see here. Put this down, and I'm trying not to shake my table here. I'm using my daughter's desk, and it's working fairly well so far, but this is just a little bit of a challenge for me, a little different than what I'm used to, but we are doing well so far, I think. How's everybody doing this evening? Are you guys cold? Because now that I'm not in East Tennessee right now, I'm actually freezing. I don't normally get cold, but where I am, they had a cold front come through. It is literally freezing temperatures, and this East Tennessee girl has no idea how to handle this situation. It is below freezing, yes. I have been away just a little bit too long from these cold temps, and my body is not having it. All right, there we go. Let me set those down. And the last one here. Now, I have actually been talking with my kiddos, and I believe they are going to be live with me tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, for Mama, it always depends on little Miss Baby and how she's doing at that particular moment. But we are going to attempt to set things up just a little bit differently, and maybe we'll see how that works out. This seems to be working pretty well, though. I mean, it's a different space, but it's working okay. There we go. Oh, what did I do? Oh, uh-oh.
Are you hungry again?
There we go. I don't know if I totally lost you guys for a minute or what, but that was a little weird, wasn't it? Okay, let me get this out of my way here. There we go. All right. Now, I've got my, I think that's probably going to be, I don't know. We'll see about the ink there. Let me put the die away so I don't lose it. They are little small dies, and they only have a little baggie. So you want to make sure that you keep your little baggie, or maybe put them on a little magnet sheet or something like that. All right. And then let me see if I have a white panel here that I can use for the inside. I may or may not have left my trimmer outside. So we will use what we can. All right. Is that a bigger piece? No. Okay. What I think I would like to do is put these here. Okay. And we may even be able to pop these up a little bit, but I don't know yet. I want to see already. I think this is a really cute, simple little card. Let's see here. Maybe it's easier to pull those off and line up the center card first. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then this one, and then this one. And we're going to try to line them up so that they're fairly straight here. We'll see how we do. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm going to want a sentiment strip. If that fits the stamp, let's take a look. I think it will. Yeah, I think we're good. I've got more than one strip there. All right. And I've got a little block here. This is actually a block from one of our kids' collection because I have my extra ink pads and a couple of blocks I know in a tub or something out in the car, but apparently I don't have it right here with me. So I'm doing with what I have, which is so much fun. All right, now I think that we probably should stick with the Coastal Cabana ink since we have the Coastal Cabana card base there. And I'm going to take, let's see here. I know I've mentioned to you guys before about using what you have. I don't have my Pierce mat here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this spiral notebook and I'm going to put my paper over the top of it like that, and that's going to give me that little bit of cushion that you might get from the Pierce mat. Okay, so if you don't have the Pierce mat, grab a catalog or a magazine or a notebook and use that, and that's just going to help you out when it comes to photopolymer stamps. You want just that extra little bit of support on there so that it stamps a nice crisp image. Okay, and then I'm going to take that and just press it straight down and lift it straight up and take a look at that. Absolutely beautiful, right? Okay, let me close my ink pad because we all know how I'll be if I don't do that. And get that out of the way for us. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and tear this off because it'll give me some texture on this edge of the paper. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tear at an angle. Okay. Something like that. Isn't that going to be pretty already? It's very, very simple, but it's super cute. Okay, let me grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. All right, I'm going to put this. Actually, I think I'm going to trim the edge off this side just a little bit. I wasn't sure how close I was going to want to get with it before, which is why I stamped it a little farther off the edge. But I think I like that just a bit. Yes. Okay. Now I can do this. Okay. There we go. Already, that's looking good. I'm digging that. Okay. Now then, let me grab some multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay, and I'm going to try to do the straight thing. All right, let me bring this one out. A little bit of glue around the edges. I had thought maybe I would pop them up, but I think I'm just going to keep this one really, really simple. Okay. All right, let me see here. That looks pretty well centered. All right. Very good. Okay, now let's see if I can do that again with these other two. Go. Very nice. All right, and one more. I'm really curious to see what all is in these little compartments. I have really had a hard time waiting to open it up because I do really well with surprises when I don't know they're coming. Like, I love getting surprises, but I hate having to wait on surprises. So it's been a challenge for me not to open every single box and go, oh, yay, look at that. All right. Now that we have our little rainbows there, which I think are super stinking cute, and then we're going to put that piece right there. And I think that's going to be just absolutely adorable. All right. I'm going to attempt to hang on to all of those little dimensional backs. That way my daughter doesn't have the innate joy of finding dimensional backs everywhere in her house. All right, there we go. Let's scooch it just a skosh. And there, I believe we have it. That is so cute. All right. Now, I know I had said initially that I thought maybe about filling these in with the other colors. I just don't know if I want to now. I really like the idea of them being open like they were, and they looked super cute the way they were. So let's just lay these in here to see, but I don't know. I think I really just like them. I don't know. We'll see. This would be a little bit more tedious to try to put all of these little pieces back in the other holes, but I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Okay. There we go. Of course, it's actually going to look really, really cute because why not? All right, there's that one. Okay, and come on now. There we go. There's this one. Okay, yeah, it does look really cute this way too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which way do you think we should do it? Do you think we should leave them open with the Coastal Cabana showing through? Or Do you think that I should go ahead and glue them in like that? What do you think, huh? All right, now, while you guys are deciding that, I'm going to go ahead and see about an inside panel piece. And I think I can use this as a little cupcake to decorate the inside of the card. What do you think? Let's see here. That's pretty small, but I think it'll work. Okay. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm going to cut it right about here, I think, and attempt to cut a straight line without my trimmer. We shall see. Not bad, not great, not bad. All right. How about, there it is, this and this, or maybe we just want to use a little heart instead. That would be cute and still stick with the simple theme, right? Okay, let's see here. All right, I'll do that instead. I'm actually just going to pick up the stamp with the other side of the block, slide that over a little bit, bring in that paper again. And then I can go 1, 2, and that would be very cute. Okay. And since I have my liquid glue out, I can go ahead and use it and glue this to the inside. Here we go. All right, so take a look at this. Okay. And we'll decide if we're going to keep that or if we're going to leave it open. All right, now this piece right inside there, just like so. Super cute. All right, there we go. All right, guys, so you can see you have a couple of options here with this card. It is a very simple and very cute card that can be used for just anybody for their birthday. We all need birthday cards, right? And you can either glue the little rainbow strips into the negative spaces, or let's go ahead and pop them out if they'll let us. They don't really want to, do they? Or you can leave them out like so and make them individual. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue those in so that they stay put. And I think that'll be my card for this evening. So I hope that you guys like it. Day 1 of the Advent calendar Remember, they are this little set of dies. Lots of fun to be had here. Now it makes me wonder if we have another stamp that matches this, because that is quite a bit bigger than our stamped images. So that will be a lot of fun. All right, guys, there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And remember, if you don't already have the 12 days of crafting advent calendar, you can go to my website, danasullivan.stampinup.net, and the item number is 167335, and get your own kit. You will be able to get it in time for Christmas if you purchase it, I think, within the next week. So anyway, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go love on my grandbaby, and I will talk to y'all later, okay?